sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Peach State. Welcome to Georgia, where Freddie Falcon soars from the rafters inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium, just west of downtown Atlanta. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday Night Primetime.
Atlanta Falcons.
Mike Tirico with my partner Greg Olson, the veteran Nick Folk to get this one started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. Oh, right at the outset, he lost the football.
Recovered by the Falcons.
What a brutal way to start the game. You're thinking of getting the ball, getting your script, running your plays. Instead, Greg, it is a fumble lost on the opening kickoff.
It's just absolutely the most disastrous beginning of a game you could possibly dream up. And what you do now, Mike, is not only does the other team get the ball, you send your defense out there early in this game and force them to have to defend a short field right away.
On play action, it's Tagovailoa. That's Cooper open right side. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Complete to Austin Hooper.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 6. A shotgun snap for 2. Short throw taken by Pitts. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
And the Falcons.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
Pitts is the man in motion. 2 and out on 1st down. Throw on the run is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he will take it in himself. Tua Tagovailoa, touchdown Falcons. And they get the first points of the game. What a way to start it, Greg. You get the ball. It's what you want to do. Settle into this game on top 6-0.
Mike, how often do we have coaches tell us the importance of playing with the lead? Well, they come take the ball right away on the first drive, all the way down there and strike first. And now the rest of the way, let's see how it plays out.
The veteran Nick Folk here for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Falcons will take a 7-0 lead.
Falcons 7, Eagles 0.
After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. For the return, here comes Britton Covey. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. They're led out by the MVP of Super Bowl 59 at quarterback, Jalen Hurts.
This is someone who just seems like every year they just get better and better, Mike, right? I mean, think back, whether it was Alabama to Oklahoma to being a Heisman finalist, going from a backup role to MVP candidate. his development has been fun to watch. And now he's universally considered one of the best all-around quarterbacks in the league. And if they want to leave here with a win, they're going to need him to be just that.
That one's down the field, but it is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And it'll bring up second down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
It's a gain of 4.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. First down, Philadelphia.
Eagles, first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Man in motion is Smith. Hurts using the pop pass. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
For Eagles, first down. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. On the ground, this is Barkley. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Down at the 39-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up second and 9.
Here now, second and 9 from the 39-yard line. They'll fake the give. Now it's Hurts. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
That's a gain of 3. It's third and 7.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown.
Intended for Marquise.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
A 54-yard attempt.
Elliott's kick is good.
The kick is good.
And the Eagles are on the board. It's 7-3.
Eagles 3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. Devin Tompkins on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at 23-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to see the football for the second time. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with first and 10. To throw is Tua. Moving to his left. Now he'll run it. And he's going to be very close to the first down marker. Out of bounds after a gain of 9.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 1. It's the first run of the game for Bijan Robinson. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
And the Falcons, first down. 1st and 10.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on third down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in third down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So that's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 9. Pitts is the man in motion. From the gun, here's Tua. This one is caught by Dotson. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
London brought in motion. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
So it's a pretty manageable 3rd down. So they really have the option to run or pass. So they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use 4th down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
So on 4th down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt. Back deep for the Eagles, Britton Covey. That is fielded at the 13. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line.
Automatic first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Robinson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. Off he goes.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
3rd down, they need 5. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Taking the deep shot here with Robinson. That is hot. What a throw. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Atlanta.
And this special connection between this quarterback and his receivers, it was on full display right there. Great job getting behind the defense. And then what can you say about that ball? I mean, you can't put that ball in a better spot. And with timing and accuracy like that, leads to 6.
Now Folk on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Falcons extend their advantage to 14-3.
Falcons 14, Eagles 3.
After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. Britton Covey now on the return. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. The Eagles offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. Try a jet sweep, and this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
Eagles in possession to start the second quarter. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9 as we are ready to get back underway. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. They'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down.
He was taken down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he will easily pick up the 1st down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
That's good for an Eagles 1st down. 1st and goal, Philadelphia.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is...
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Touchdown, Eagles.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Eagles are back within 4. It is 14-10.
Eagles 10. Jake Elliott to
So
kick
following
off
the
for
score,
Philadelphia.
here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here comes Tompkins on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
First and 10.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Play action. Tagovailoa. Out wide, that's Robinson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 7. Now it's Tua.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They'll start in the red zone already. This drive beginning at the 20. Here's Barkley. He'll be taken down, but just like that, they are in business. It's 1st and goal.
19 yards.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
They'll go with the sneak. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown. And, Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
Is good. Makes the score Eagles 17, Falcons 14.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here comes Tompkins on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Quick throw on the RPO is complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2. Left side in the hands of London. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line.
Yards.
They get 14 on that hookup. It's good for a Falcon first down.
At the 48-yard line.
If you're going to give him this much time to scan the field, he's inevitably going to find an open man downfield like he does here. That's a great job remaining patient and letting that play develop.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Drop for the loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Pitts is the man in motion. Back to throw is Tua. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on second down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on third down where it's a little bit more manageable.
3rd and inches. They'll try to sneak it here. That's going to be pretty close. Looked at first glance that he had it end. He does. First down.
And the Falcons first down.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. Nolan Smith getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Tua gonna throw. Moving left, taking off. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still gonna leave them with 3rd down.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
3rd and 7. Here's Tagovailoa. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
That's another Falcons first down. 1st and 10.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
On the option, here's Robinson. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Great job here by the defense, making sure that they have one defender responsible for the running back and one responsible for the quarterback. In this case, they decide to give it to the back. He's taken down for a loss.
Here's Tagovailoa. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Throwing is Tua. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up 4th down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage, or catching this pass, because that quarterback, He put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch. And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. Devontae Smith there to return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense about ready to take over once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Man in motion is Smith. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in what's been an even first half. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He'll step up and run this. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. They'll wind up getting enough to pick up the 1st down.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs. Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his 1st and 2nd read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
Taking a shot downfield for Smith. That's going to be incomplete. Covered very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And he does all he can to get away, but they're going to get him right at the line of scrimmage. And it will bring up 4th down.
Loss of a yard, and it's 4th down.
So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. Back deep, Jahan Dotson. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Falcons offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now Tua. That's caught left side by Pitts. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
2nd and 10.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his 1st read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
On 2nd down, here's Tungo Valor. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Tua. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen back with you in the studios in Orlando. We've got a close one, as we expected. No quarter given on either side. We are all tied up at the break. This one could go either way, so let's find out as they're ready for the third quarter kickoff. Send it back out to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. Both teams look good on the offensive side in the first half. Will it carry over? We're about to find out. Second half is underway. Here comes Tompkins on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Falcons offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They'll do so with 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On play action, it's Tagovailoa. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Austin Hooper was the intended target. And it'll lead to a second down. A shotgun snap for Tua. Over the middle, that's his tight end pitch. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Falcons.
13 yards on that pass play. First down, Atlanta.
46-yard line.
Now Robinson. Whoa! And they'll take this down inside the 35. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pick up a 14 and a first down.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Throwing on third down, Tagovailoa. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Tagovailoa scrambles from the pocket.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Nick Folk now on with the field goal unit. It'll be a 44-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Falcons move out in front, 20-17.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
So Nick Folk back out after the made field goal. He'll boot this one away. Covey now on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready for it there. First possession of this second half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. On play action, Hurts. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
That's good.
A pickup there of 28 yards.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Falcons' 45-yard line.
Hurts delivers it quick to Brown. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll run the sneak. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. At least at first glance. They'll spot the football just beyond the marker. And they convert on 3rd and inches.
37-yard line.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
30-yard line.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25.
A gain of 9
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. He'll stay on the ground with Parker. And he ran right through one tackle, fighting forward. Good gain on the ground of about 7.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. Now a screen set up for Barkley. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team.
That's good for an Eagles first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And that's going to be over everyone. Incomplete. Nothing ever really developed there, and it'll bring us to second down.
Smart decision there on first and goal. If it's not there early, don't get baited into a bad decision. Just throw it away and live for another down. Really nice decision making here. Brings up second and goal.
On second down, Hurts. A look to the end zone, and it's broken up. Incomplete. There was no space, no separation that time. That's going to bring it to third and goal.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Third and goal for Hurts. Following the play, we have an Eagle who is shaken up. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. So a field goal here would tie the game, but the kicking unit stays on the sideline. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They'll try it now with Barkley. Good blocking, and he's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. So they decide to go for the touchdown, and Greg, they get rewarded on fourth and goal with the 6 points.
Yeah, I think the safe bet there is you settle for the field goal and you're happy coming off the field with points. But not this play caller. He rolls the dice a little bit, but give credit to the offensive line. They created just enough of a lane for this back to take it in for 6.
Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles have taken a 4-point advantage.
20.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Falcons offense ready for this next possession. Trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
To throw on second down, it's Tua. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And it's going to be third down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so It's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
He'll try to run for it.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
So that'll bring up fourth down, and here comes the veteran Bradley Pinion to punt it away. They send Britton Covey back deep. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They'll start out first down and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. They'll mark him down just shy of the 40. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
And an Eagles first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was trying to find Saquon Barkley coming out of the backfield.
Second and 10.
It's second down. Dalton to throw. That's taken in by Brown. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 8.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That non-verbal...
Oh, not a good throw there. That's across his body. It's intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates. And they will finally get to him as he's brought down near the 40-yard line.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10. They'll run out of the gun. Here comes Robinson. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
They'll go again with Robinson. And he's going to pick up the first down across midfield and down at the 49.
A gain of 10 yards.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
So we are through 3. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Dotson, the man in motion. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Every possession is so critical in these close games. The one thing you can't have here is a turnover. Really nice job making sure that ball is uncatchable, and just line up and snap it again.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll run it here with Robinson. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Taken down right at
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He's got his tight end. That's Pitts. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
The Falcons.
It's a big play when they needed it the most. 32 yards. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And the Falcons are going to be looking at 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4.
Yards. That's another Falcons 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And that play took a little long to develop. They stop it for no gain at the 4.
Leads to 2nd.
Great job
goal
here by this linebacker, Mike. There was no
line.
reading and reacting. From the snap, he was attacking. Meets the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Dotson, the man in motion. Robinson. And he's going to go backwards. Taken down at the 6.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
Now, Tagovailoa on 3rd and goal. In trouble, and down he goes.
You have to wonder if we look back at the end of this game, Mike, and say, was this a prime opportunity for this offense that they blew after that 3rd down sack? An opportunity to take the lead here late in the game, and instead, I think there's a real decision about whether or not they should just take the 3 and chip away at this lead.
So now the veteran, Nick Folk, with an important kick. This to get back within a field goal. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they inch a bit closer here in this 4th quarter.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So it is back to a 1-point game now in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. Hovey now on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to get back to work. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. He'll start this drive by keeping it himself. And he maneuvers his way forward, a gain of 6.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 3. He'll decide to keep this once more. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
26-yard line.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
He'll get this one complete to Brown. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
That's good.
A gain there of 21. Good for an Eagles first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again. And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
Now, faking the give. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. 3rd down coming up.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell. And what that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones. And if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart.
He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
The Falcons offense starting to trot out for this next possession.
32-yard line.
Play action, it's Tua. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Just simply more of the same, and you're just not going to have a lot of success, Mike, when you're constantly starting drives with 2nd and long, 3rd and long. It's just not a good way to play offense in the NFL, and here we go again.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Play action. Tagovailoa. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. London brought in motion. Third and long. Here's Tua. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
The Falcons send their punting unit out. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. Now, fair catch will be taken out near the 35-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. First and 10 now from the 36. They'll begin with a zone read. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
A gain of
12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
Man, when it works well, the zone read is a thing of beauty. It just adds another dimension to this offense, and if the defense doesn't get a better plan, they're going to continue to do it all day.
Man in motion is Smith. Throwing, Dalton. That's complete to Smith. Now a timeout. That's their first, and they'll get together prior to this second down play.
Second and 5 at the 47-yard line.
Trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Falcons go ahead and take their second timeout. Talk things over before third down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Now it's Dalton. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away. Now the Falcons will use their third and final timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. Here comes the Eagles punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And are they going to mark this out of bounds? They are. It's out at the 1-yard line. What a kick. The Falcons offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll need to get something positive going right away here. Ball starts inside their own 1-yard line. They go 3 tight ends here on first and 10. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he's got it to the 14-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
Well, that run came at the perfect time, Mike. Anytime you find yourself backed up near your own goal line, the goal is to just start with 1 first down. They were able to get it here. Now you give a little breathing room, a little room to operate. Fresh set of downs. Keep this drive alive.
On first down, Tagovailoa. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. They'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Olamide Zaccheaus. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
First and 10
Number 14 with a pickup of
27-yard
14. And a first down.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
They'll try to set up a tight end screen with Pitts. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. They get 24 on that one. It's good for a Falcons first down.
Falcons.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Tua to throw again. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
No gain on the play.
Really well done
It's
here by the
third
defense,
and
Mike,
10.
executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. And after that completion, they don't have enough to move the chain, so it's all going to come down to this. If they want any opportunity to go down and kick themselves a field goal, they've got to convert here on this fourth down. They need their best play.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it slide. This will wind up a turnover on down. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts. So just one kneel down and then time to shake hands. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. They knew this would be a dogfight away from home, and they were right. But they come away with a hard-fought victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Atlanta.